Hello, first year students, College of Pharmacy, to this recorded lecture. Actually, I'm going to explain for you lecture number 1 and lecture number 2 that I have uploaded their files on Classroom. Let's start with the first lecture, I mean past tenses. We have past simple and past continuous. Okay. Uh, before we explain the uses for past simple, we have to come across the rule or the form of this tense. Okay, we have actually students, as you know, we have three cases for sentence in for the sentences in English. We have positive case, negative case, and the question case. صراحة طلاب لدينا ثلاث أجزاء أو ثلاث أنواع للجملة في اللغة الإنجليزية، ثلاث أنواع أساسية: الجملة المثبتة، الجملة المنفية، والجملة اللي هي عبارة عن استفهام أو سؤال. Okay. This tense is distinguished by adding ed to the verb or changing it to another form. هذا التنس طلاب، هذا الزمن يتميز بإضافة الإيدي للفعل. أوكي، أو ممكن يتغير الفعل إلى شكل آخر مثل leave left، go went، أوكي، make made. فهنا we can't add ed to the verb, but we have to change the form of the verb to another form just to make it refer to the past simple tense. Okay, so معظم الأفعال ممكن نضيف لها ed، لكن البعض الآخر هي أفعال شاذة أو أفعال غير قياسية. Right? So, for example, I finished the report yesterday. In negative case, we can say I did not finish, I did not finish, or I didn't finish, or I did not finish the report yesterday. So if we want to negate the sentence, we will depend on the auxiliary verb did. Okay, didn't. في حالة نفي الجملة راح نعتمد على فعل مساعد اللي هو didn't. Okay, لكن but students, I want you to focus on something. The main verb should be base in negative and in question cases. الفعل الرئيسي للجملة يجب أن يكون مجرد في حالة النفي وفي حالة السؤال. اوكي، عكس حالة الإثبات يجب أن يكون يا اما منتهي بايدي يا اما مصر يكون تصريف الفعل للماضي. Right? So I didn't finish the report yesterday, and you can say I did not finish the report yesterday. Also, in a question case, you can say when did you finish the report. You can actually use WH questions. We have a long list actually of WH questions. We have when, where, who, how many, how much, what. So ممكن السؤال يبدأ بأداة استفهام طلاب اللي هي مثل when, where, how, who, etc. أو you can say did you finish the report. You can start the question with did you finish the report, or when did you finish the report. Also we can say when did I finish the report. يعني ممكن نحول I في هذه الجملة إلى you، أو ممكن يبقى I نفسه. So both of them are correct. We can say when did I finish the report, or we can say when did you finish the report. This depends on the speaker and the listener in this case. Also, they left at 3 o'clock. They didn't leave. Look, we change the verb into the base form. They didn't leave at 3 o'clock. Did they leave at 3 o'clock? Also, Tom and John arrived 3 years ago. Tom and John didn't arrive 3 years ago. When did Tom and John arrive? So this is the main form or the main rule for past simple. هاي بالنسبة طلاب للقاعدة الأساسية أو الرئيسية لهذا الزمن. Let's now go to the purposes for which it is used. استخدامات أو الرئيسية لهذا الزمن. The past simple is used to express three cases or three actions. We have number one, a finished action in the past. زمن الماضي البسيط يشير إلى فعل حدث واكتمل وانتهى في الزمن الماضي. أوكي، فممكن أحد استخداماته أنه يشير إلى هذا الفعل. For example, we met in 2000. This is irregular verb, فعل غير قياسي لم نضف له ed. And also we have she went to Manchester last week. Okay. Also we past simple can be used to describe actions that follow each other in a story. ممكن أيضا طلاب الزمن الماضي البسيط ممكن أن يشير إلى أحداث التي تتلو بعضها بعضا في قصة معينة. Like Mary walked into the room and stopped. She listened carefully. She had a noise coming from behind the curtain. She threw the curtain open and then she saw. So we have different past verbs in this example. We have walked, stopped, listened, heard, threw, and saw. All of them refer to we can say a string of actions, a group of actions in the story. تشير هذه الأفعال كلها لمجموعة من الأحداث في هذه القصة المذكورة. Also, we can use past simple to refer to a past situation or a habit. ممكن يشير أيضا زمن الماضي البسيط إلى عادة أو وضع معين في الماضي. For example, when I was a child, we lived in a small house by the sea. Every day I played on the beach with my brother. So this is the habit. I used to play on the beach with my brother. هذه هي العادة التي كنت أدمنها في الماضي. Okay? Now let's go to the spelling of the verb plus ed. Actually, most verbs add ed to the base form of the verb. معظم الأفعال نستطيع أن نضيف لها ed لنهاية الفعل. مثل whack, whacked, want, wanted, wash, washed. Okay? When the verb ends in e, just you have to add d. Like عندما ينتهي الفعل ب e, just add d. Like liked, use, used, hate, hated. If the verbs end in a vowel followed by a consonant, double the consonant and add ed. إذا انتهى الفعل بحرف صحيح وهذا الحرف الصحيح مسبوق بعلة بحرف علة، كرر الحرف الصحيح أو ضاعف الحرف الصحيح وأضف ed. Stop, stopped. Plan, planned. Rob, robbed. Verbs that end in a consonant plus y change to I and add ed. الأفعال اللي تنتهي بحرف حرف الواي وهذا حرف الواي مسبوق بحرف صحيح تقلب هذه الواي إلى I ونضيف ed. Carry, carried, hurry, hurried, bury, buried. Past simple is used with time expressions. أكيد معظم الأزمنة ترافقها بعض التعبيرات الزمنية التي تحدد استخدام هذا الزمن. Okay, so we have الزمن بالنسبة لزمن الماضي البسيط. We have last night, 2 days ago, yesterday, when I was young, 2001, and in summer. So all these time expressions or time phrases can be used to refer that the actions happened in the past. Okay, this is for past simple. Let's go now to past continuous, and after that we will go back to the book to do some exercises related to these two topics. Actually, this is the rules also for past continuous. Past continuous consists of was and were, okay, and a verb ending in ing. So يتكون زمن الماضي المستمر من was were يعني subject plus was or were and verb ending in ing وفعل منتهي بال ing. Right? So if we have the subject I, she, he, it, we should put was and the verb ending in ing. إذا كان الفاعل I, she, he, it نضع was زائد فعل منتهي ب ing. إذا كان الفاعل if the subject is they, we, you, plural words, two or more people, we will put were and verb ending in ing. Okay. For example, I was reading a short story. In negative case, I wasn't reading a short story. So we will negate the sentence through putting a not to the auxiliary verb was or were. ننفي الجملة من خلال إضافة النot للفعل المساعد was أو were. In interrogative case, were you reading a short story? Or we can say, was I reading a short story? Jane was having lunch. Jane wasn't having lunch. Was Jane having lunch? The cat was sleeping on the mat. The cat wasn't sleeping on the mat. Was the cat sleeping on the mat? I want you to focus on something, students. Actually, the verb in the three cases is still the same, okay? الفعل يبقى نفسه طلاب. Reading, 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 okay? ما نجرده من ing في حالة النفي وحالة السؤال, right? So the students were doing their homework. The students weren't doing their homework. Were the students doing their homework? We have my friends and I were playing chess. Chess means شطرنج. My friends and I weren't playing chess. Were you, your friends and you playing chess? And we can say were my friends and I playing chess. Also, Jim and his wife were painting the room. Jim and his wife weren't painting the room. Were Jim and his wife painting the room? This is for also the rules found with the past continuous tense. Let's now move to the uses of past continuous. Actually, a past continuous is used to express three actions, activities in progress before and after a particular time in the past. يشير الزمن الماضي المستمر إلى أحداث تحدث بشكل مستمر قبل وبعد نقطة زمنية محددة في الماضي. Like what? For example, at 7 o'clock this morning, I was having my breakfast. You see that we have a fixed point of time in the past. At 7 o'clock this morning, I was having my breakfast. Also, we use past continuous for descriptions. ممكن نستخدمها لوصف الأشياء والأشخاص. For example, Jessie looked beautiful. Sorry. Jessie looked beautiful. She was wearing a green cotton dress. So this is, it is used to describe Jessie, right? Also, we have an interrupted past activity. For example, ممكن أيضا نستخدمه طلاب لفعل ماضي آخر يقاطعه فعل آخر. أوكي، يعني نستخدمه فعل ماضي معين يقاطعه فعل آخر يحدث في الجملة. Like what? When the phone rang, he was having a shower. أوكي، هذا الفعل اللي تمت مقاطعته. He was having. Okay, so this is past continuous and this is past simple in this sentence. Also, while we were playing tennis, it started to rain. While we were playing tennis, it started to rain. I want you students to keep this rule in your mind. أريدكم تركزون على هاي النقطة طلاب. الفعل بعد وين should be past simple. الفعل بعد ظرف الزمن أو ظرف الزمان وين يجب أن يكون ماضي بسيط. أوكي، والفعل الآخر يكون ماضي مستمر. لكن الفعل بعد the verb after while should be past continuous. لكن الفعل بعد while يجب أن يكون ماضي مستمر. راح نشوف هذه القاعدة أو هذه الفكرة أوضح في التمرينات الموجودة في الكتاب. So let's compare between these two sentences to know the difference between past continuous and past simple. I watched a film during the flight. This sentence we use watched means past simple. Okay? This means I watched the whole film, right? But when I say I was watching a film during the flight, this means I didn't watch the whole film. اوكي يعني في الجمله الاولى معناها انه انا شاهدت الفيلم كله او باكمله، لكن في الجمله الثانيه شاهدت مقاطع maybe clips of the film. okay so this is لم اشاهد الفيلم باكمله او كله. So this is the difference between past continuous and past simple. هذا الاختلاف الأساسي بين زمن الماضي البسيط وزمن الماضي المستمر. Now students, let's go to the book to do two exercises associated with this topic. Actually, in this exercise, here are the past forms of some irregular verbs. Write the infinitives. هنا بالتمرين موجودة التصاريف الماضية للأفعال. The exercise has to be done with writing the infinitives. يعني يجب أن نكتب هنا الصيغة المضارعة أو الصيغة المجردة للفعل. We have were, we will put are, okay? We have saw, see, went, go, told, tell, said, say, had, has or have, both of them, has and have, took, take, gave, give, got, get, could, can, made, make, did, do, and does. So this is this exercise. Before that, students, I want to read for you. This is a very nice text about Pagla's friend, صديق اللصوص. Okay, we have Pagla's friend. Actually, this story teaches you how to use past verbs in the story. هنا القصة تحتوي الكثير من الأفعال أو معظم الأفعال الموجودة بالقصة هي أفعال ماضية، أما تكون أغلبها طبعا طلاب هي في الزمن الماضي البسيط. So let me read for you. The means of Pagla's is لصوص طلاب. معنى كلمة Pagla's لصوص، لكن ليس thieves. ستسألون شنو معنى thieves؟ الباغلرز هم اللصوص الذين يسطون على المنازل، يسطون بمحاولة سرقة المنازل. أوكي، تختلف عن الثيفز. It was at 3 o'clock in the morning when 4-year-old Russell Brown woke up to go to the toilet. His parents were fast asleep in bed, but when he heard a noise in the living room and saw a light was on, he went downstairs. There he found 2 men. They asked him his name and told him they were friends of the family. Unfortunately, this is mean لسوء الحظ. Unfortunately, Russell believed them. They asked him where their video recorder was. Russell showed them and said they had a stereo and a CD player too. The 2 men carried these to the kitchen. Russell also told them that his mother kept her bass in a drawer in the kitchen. So they took that. Russell even gave them his pocket money, 50 pence. They finally left at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. means in the morning. They said, "Will you open the back door while we take these things to the car? Because we don't know to wake mommy and daddy, do we?" So Russell held the door open for them and then went back to bed. His parents didn't know about the burglary until they got up the next day. His father said, "I couldn't be angry with you, with Russell, because he thought he was doing the right thing." Fortunately, the police caught the two burglars last week. So actually, the little boy, behaved innocently with them because he was thinking that he was doing the right thing. Write the past forms of these irregular verbs from the article. Walk, wake, walk, had. We will add d. Okay. Find, found, keep, kept, leave, left, hold, held, think, thought, catch, caught. Okay. So this was for this exercise. Now let's go to, actually, yes, this exercise number 1 and number 2, practice discussing grammar, is so important for you. Both exercises are super crucial for your students. Choose the correct verb form. Number 1, I saw a very good program on TV last night, or I was seeing a very good program on TV last night. You have to say, or you have to choose, students, I saw a very good program on TV last night. Because we have last night, we will choose present, we will choose past simple. Past simple. We have saw, not was seeing. This is past continuous. While, number 2, while I have told you the rule about while and when. While I shopped this morning, or while I was shopping this morning, we will have to select. I While I was shopping this morning, I lost my money. I didn't know how. Okay. Last week, the police stopped Alan in his car because he was driving at over 80 miles an hour. Last week, the police stopped, okay, Alan in his car because he was driving at over 80 miles an hour. Also, we have number 4. How did you cut, or how were you cutting your finger? We have to say, how did you cut your finger? 5. I was cooking and I dropped the knife. I was cooking. كنت أطبخ وأوقعت السكين. Okay. I was cooking and I dropped the knife. We have when. When I arrived, when, because we have to select past tense, past simple tense after when. When I arrived, everyone was having a good time. Okay. 7. Did you have a good time last night, or were you having a good time last night? We have to say, did you have a good time last night? We have to go to exercise number 2. Complete the sentences with the verbs in the past simple or past continuous. We have while. As I told you, after while we will use past continuous. While I was going to work this morning, I met an old friend. We have the first verb. الفعل الأول يجب أن يكون ماضي مستمر because we have while. والفعل الثاني يجب أن يكون ماضي بسيط. Okay. 2. Not want means negate want. Okay. I didn't want to get up this morning. It was raining and it was cold and my bed was so warm. Okay. I was listening to the news on the radio when the phone rang. مثل ما شرحت قبل قليل طلاب، بعد الوين يجب أن يكون ما زمن الماضي البسيط. ring rang وليس was ringing. Okay. I was listening to the news on the radio when the phone rang. But when I picked up the phone, there was no one there. Also, we have when, so we will use past simple tense. 5. I said hello to the children, but they didn't say anything because they were watching television. In this, we use past simple, and in this gap, we use past continuous. Okay. So this is for the difference or the distinction between past simple and past continuous. Yes. Actually, on this page, we have how to form nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Okay. Most words in English can be formed by adding suffixes. Okay. طلاب، كثير من الكلمات في اللغة الإنجليزية تتشكل أو تتكون من لاحقة. ممكن تحويل الفعل إلى اسم من خلال إضافة لاحقة لهذا الفعل، أو ممكن تحويل الاسم إلى صفة من خلال إضافة لاحقة لهذا الاسم حتى تتحول إلى صفة. So بالنسبة we have nouns and adjectives. We have Asian, ion or ion, ness, it, ens, shin, mint. These suffixes هذه اللواحق تضاف إلى الأسماء. Okay. حتى تتحول الكلمات إلى أسماء. But we have أوس الواي اللي هي eat لفظ، تفك ly، full، less، ale. هذه هي لواحق تضاف إلى الكلمات حتى تتحول إلى صفات، إلى adjectives. Okay. So we have to write, we'll discuss with you noun and the verb. كيفية اشتقاق الفعل، كيفية اشتقاق الاسم من الفعل أو الصفة من الاسم. Communication, we have communicate, the noun is communication. Discuss, discussion. This discussion, this suffix. Okay. Govern, government, this suffix. Invitation, invite. Develop, development. هنخلي هذه السفكس، هذه اللاحقة حتى للفعل حتى يتحول إلى اسم. Explain, explanation, this suffix. Okay. Education, educate. We have decide, decision. Enjoy, enjoyment. Organize, organization. Improvement, improve. Employ, employment. Okay. In these columns we have science, scientific. Friend, friendly. Happy, this is the adjective. The noun is happiness. But of course you have to keep in mind that some differences are related to the spelling. بعض الكلمات تتغير بها بعض الحروف. Okay. حرف أو حرفين. Different is the adjective. The noun is difference. Danger, dangerous. Use, useful. Help, helpful. Special, specialty. Care, careful. Noise, noisy. Industry, industrial. Ambition, ambitious. Okay. On this, we have this exercise making negatives. Actually, we can use prefixes to negate some verbs or adjectives. ممكن نستخدم السابقة معناها هي مجموعة من الحروف، حرفين أو أكثر، لنضعها قبل الصفة أو الفعل لنفي هذا الفعل. يعني مثل like dislike، شوفوا like يحب أو يعجب، dislike this is the negative, it is a negative verb. Okay, so for adjectives we have an, im, in or il. For the verbs we have the prefixes an or this. Okay, back and back, possible, impossible, impossible, agree, disagree, tidy, untidy, fair, unfair, like, dislike, appear, disappear, employed, unemployed, legal, illegal, polite, impolite. Okay, so I want you to focus on the meanings also of these words. Actually, this is for this page. Now let's go to explain for you. Yeah, I will actually make the first, I will explain for you first plus second lectures. Let me go back also to share with you PDF file. So students, prepositions with time expressions, we have at, on, in. حروف اللي أخذناها بالكورس الثاني، سوري بالكورس الأول، الحروف الجر تستخدم مع التعابير الزمنية. Okay, so we have at we use it with hours, night, the weekend. I usually go to the gym at 7 o'clock. She travels to Britain at the weekend. The party was at night. We have on, we use it with days and parts of the day. John was born on Sunday. I have an appointment on Monday afternoon. Also, we have in, we use it with months, years, seasons, and the morning and the evening. Mike bought his car in June. This is the month. They moved to Texas in 2015. This is a year. Sally and Sarah will leave for Spain in summer. This is a season. We have breakfast in the morning and we have dinner in the evening. Okay, so this is for the prepositions used with time expressions. You have to put this note in your mind. We don't use a preposition before last night. ما نستخدم طلاب حرف الجر قبل last night, yesterday morning, next year, 2 years ago. Okay, because these time expressions refer to tenses. لأن هاي الظروف الزمنية تشير إلى بعض الأزمنة، فلا نضع أمامها أو قبلها حرف جر. Okay. Let me continue, and after that I'm going to do some exercises related to these topics. We have the quantity expressions, التعبيرات المستخدمة لقياس العدد والكمية. We have some and any. Both of them mean بعض، يعني كلاهما معناها البعض. Okay. أو ممكن we have some معناها البعض من، وأني معناها أي، مثل أي من الكتب، أي من الطلاب. Okay. We use some with countable and uncountable nouns in affirmative cases. نستخدم some مع الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة في الحالات المثبتة فقط. Okay, for example, here are some books of hers, or I got some ink for the letters. So we have books, this is countable. We have ink, this is uncountable. الحبر لا يمكن عده. Okay. For any, it is used with countable and uncountable nouns in both negative and interrogative cases. نستخدم any مع الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة في حالتي الإثبات، في حالتي النفي والسؤال. Okay. He doesn't take any photo. لاحظوا أن الجملة منفية. He doesn't. Okay. والكلمة or the word followed that is followed by any is countable. Do you have any meat for the recipe? Okay, so we have meat. This is uncountable. And also the sentence is a question. وأيضا الجملة هي عبارة عن سؤال. So some نستخدمها مع الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة في الحالات المثبتة، وأني نستخدمها مع الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة في الجمل المنفية والجمل الاستفهامية اللي هي عبارة عن سؤال. Now we move to many and much. كلاهما يعني الكثير من. Okay. Many, it is used with countable nouns in all cases. نستخدم many فقط مع الأسماء المعدودة في كل الحالات، يعني الحالات الجمل المثبتة والجمل المنفية والجمل الاستفهامية. Okay. We've got, for example, we've got many vegetables. We haven't got many vegetables. Have we got many vegetables? مثل ما تلاحظون طلاب الجملة الأولى هي مثبتة. It is positive. The second sentence is negative, and the third one is a question. And we have vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. This is a countable noun, اسم معدود. Much. We are using much with uncountable nouns in all cases. So we are using much with uncountable nouns in affirmative, negative, and interrogative cases. There is much oil in the car. There is not much oil in the car. Is there much oil in the car? Oil in this sentence or in this example means petrol, يعني معنى الوقود, okay, أو البنزين, right? So we have this is a first one, or the first sentence is positive. We have this is negative, and the third one is interrogative. And we have oil, this is uncountable now. A few and a little, we have a few. It is used with uncountable nouns in all cases. كلاهما أيضا معناها القليل من. Okay. أو a few نستخدمها مع الأسماء المعدودة في كل الحالات، يعني الحالات المثبتة والمنفية والسؤال. She can see a few apples. There were not a few people in the street. Are there a few students in the class? We have a little. It is used with countable nouns in all cases. I can see a little tea. نستخدم a little مع الأسماء غير المعدودة أيضا في كل الحالات. I can see a little tea in the cup. He doesn't like a little sugar in coffee. Do you speak a little English? So we use a little with uncountable nouns. نستخدمها مع tea uncountable noun, sugar uncountable noun, and also English is uncountable noun. Okay, now students, let's go back to the book to do some exercises related to these topics. نرجع للكتاب حتى نحل بعض التمرينات المتعلقة بهذه المواضيع. So this exercise related to prepositions with time expressions. حروف الجر مع تعبيرات الزمنية. Complete these time expressions with at, on, in, or no preposition. إما تخلون at, on, in أو بدون حرف جر. No preposition. Okay. 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock. Last night. No preposition. Monday morning. On Monday morning. evening in the evening, Saturday on Saturday, in December, in summer, no preposition, in 1995, at the weekend, no preposition, on January 18th or 18th, okay? Complete the sentences with some or any. Have you got any brothers or sisters؟ استخدمنا any لأن الجملة طلاب عبارة عن سؤال. Okay? Have you got any brothers or sisters? We don't need any olive oil because the sentence is negative. Okay? خلينا any أو وضعنا any لأن الجملة منفية. Here are some letters for you because the sentence is positive لأن الجملة مثبتة. I need some money. Okay? Is there any petrol in the car? Complete the sentences with much or many. Have you got much homework? much. ليش استخدمنا much طلاب؟ لأن كلمة الهومورك الواجب البيتي هي اسم غير معدود. Okay, uncountable noun. We don't need many eggs. Many eggs. We have eggs. This is countable noun. Just have a dozen. Is there much traffic in your town? Much traffic, because traffic is uncountable noun, so we use much. I don't know many students in this class. We have students. This is countable noun, so we use many. How many people live in your house? Because we have this is countable noun. Complete the sentences with a little, a few, or a lot of. I have a few close friends, 2 or 3. Okay, a few. He has a lot of money. He's a millionaire. Do you take sugar in coffee? Just a little, because we have sugar. Okay, just a little. Have a spoonful. Have you got a lot of CDs? Hundreds. I'll be ready in a few minutes. She speaks good Spanish, but only a little Russian. Okay, a little Russian. This is for this topic. Now let's go back to definite and indefinite articles, and we also will do some exercises with related to this topic. Actually, students, we have definite and indefinite articles. Indefinite articles هي أدوات التنكير. Okay, we have a and an. Okay, so we use a with words that begin with a consonant. نستخدم ال a قبل الكلمات التي تبدأ بحرف صحيح. لكن نستخدم الآن قبل الكلمات اللي تبدأ بحرف علة ما عدا حرف اليو في كلمة اليونيفرسيتي لازم نقول a university مو an university. So, okay. The indefinite article a or an is used with singular countable nouns to refer to a thing or an idea for the first time. نستخدم هذه أدوات التنكير اللي هي يا إما a أو an مع الكلمات المفردة المعدودة لتشير إلى فعل إلى فكرة أو شيء يذكر لأول مرة. Okay. For example, we have a Toyota and a BMW. But if we want to mention this thing again, we will say the. Okay. There is a supermarket in Adams Street. Also, we use a or an with the professions. نستخدم أدوات التنكير مع المهن. I am a teacher. She's an architect. استخدمنا an لأن كلمة architect begins with a vowel. Okay, بحرف علة. Also we use it with some expressions of a quantity. ممكن نستخدم ال a وال an مع بعض التعبيرات الكمية مثل a little, a few اللي شرحناها قبل قليل. A couple of or a couple of. أيضا also we use a or an in exclamations with what and with accountable noun. ممكن نستخدمها في الجمل التعجبية اللي تتكون من what زائدا اسم معدود. What a lovely day. Okay, what a lovely day. How an interesting game. Okay. Now let's go to the definite article the. The definite article the أداة التعريف the اللي هي التعريف باللغة العربية. Okay. يعني the car السيارة. Okay. The definite article there is used with singular and plural countable and uncountable nouns when both the speaker and the listener know the thing or the idea already. تستخدم طلاب مع الأسماء المعدودة وغير المعدودة والمفردة عندما يكون المستمع والمتكلم يعرف هذا الشيء أو هذه الفكرة مسبقاً. يعني عندما نتكلم عن شيء معين للمرة الثانية وليس للمرة الأولى. Okay? Let's see the example. They have a Toyota and a BMW. هنا a Toyota. And here we have a BMW. So in the next mention, he drives the Toyota and his wife drives the BMW. Okay. Also we use the definite article the before seas نستخدمها قبل البحار. Rivers الأنهار. Hotels الفنادق. Theaters المسارح. Museums المتاحف. and the newspapers اللي هي الصحف. The Atlantic, the British Museum, the Times. This is a very popular newspaper in Britain, mainly in England. Okay, هي صحيفة جدا مشهورة طلاب في بريطانيا. The Ritz, this is also a group of hotels across the world. هاي مجموعة من الفنادق أيضا في العالم. Also, we use the definite article there if there is only one of something. إذا كان هناك شيء واحد عن شيء ما. يعني مثلا the sun. We have to say the sun, not sun, because we have one sun in our world. يعني لدينا شمس واحدة فقط طلاب فنقول the sun, the queen. If the country is a kingdom, إذا كان البلد عبارة عن مملكة وليس يعني نظام الحكم فيه ملكي ستكون هناك queen واحدة فقط. يعني هناك ملكة واحدة فراح نقول the queen. Okay. The government أيضا الحكومة التي تحكم البلدان. لا توجد هناك حكومتان فقط حكومة واحدة. So we will say the government. Okay. So نستخدم أداة التعريف the إذا كان هناك شيء واحد أو مثال واحد عن شيء معين. Right? نستخدمها أيضا with superlative adjectives مع صفات التفضيل اللي راح تأتينا إن شاء الله في اليونت السادس. He's the oldest in the class. Okay? There is no article. بعض الحالات لا يمكن استخدام definite or indefinite articles in these cases. يعني هناك بعض الحالات أو بعض conditions بعض الجمل لا يمكن استخدام أدوات التنكير والتعريف فيها مثل before plural and uncountable nouns when talking about them in general. لا يمكن استخدام أدوات التنكير والتعريف قبل الأسماء الجمع أو أسماء الجمع أو الأسماء غير المعدودة عند الحديث عنها بشكل عام. مثل let's see the examples. I like potatoes. ما راح نقول طلاب I like the potatoes. لا, we have to say I like potatoes because we are speaking about potatoes in general, okay? Milk is good for health. We have to say milk is good for health, not the milk, because we are speaking about milk in general or generally. أيضا لا نستخدم طلاب أدوات التنكير والتعريف قبل countries الدول، towns المدن، streets الشوارع، languages اللغات، magazines المجلات، meals وجبات الطعام، airports المطارات، stations المحطات and mountains. هذه الأماكن كلها لا نستخدم قبلها أدوات التنكير والتعريف. We don't use definite and indefinite articles before them. For example, I bought a newspaper at Heathrow Airport. ما قلنا at the Heathrow Airport. This airport is located in London. هذا الايربورت، هذا المطار موجود في لندن. So ما قلنا طلاب at the Heathrow، لا، just at Heathrow Airport. I had lunch with John. أيضا ما قلت I had the lunch with John. I had lunch with John. Also, we don't use definite and indefinite articles before some places with some forms of transport. ما نستخدم طلاب أدوات التنكير والتعريف قبل مجموعة من الأماكن مع مجموعة من وسائل النقل، مثل at home ما نقول at the home، لا، فقط at home. in bed أو to bed. okay. at work to work. at school or to school. at university or to university. by bus ما نقول by the bus. okay. by plane, by car, by train, on foot. Okay. For example, she goes to work by bus. ما ذكرنا because we have work ما نذكر the، ما نخلي the قبل this place. Also by bus. Also, we don't use the definite and indefinite articles and exclamations with what and an uncountable noun. أيضا نستخدمها مع الجمل التعجبية التي تبدأ ب what زائدا اسم غير معدود، مثل what beautiful weather. ما قلنا what the beautiful weather. What beautiful weather, because weather is uncountable noun. What loud music. What loud music. Okay. ما نقول what the loud music أو what a loud music. No, because this noun is uncountable. يعني هذا الاسم هو غير معدود. Okay. Let's go back to the book to do some exercise or a specific exercise that is related to this topic. Okay, I will do exercise number 2, and after that I will do exercise number 1. Okay, I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. So we will complete the sentences with a or an, the or nothing. يا اما نخلي في الفراغات a or an, the أو لا شيء, nothing. I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. The boy is 22 and the girl is 19. Mike is a soldier in the army, and Chloe is at university. This is nothing student. Okay. My wife goes to work, nothing. By train, nothing. She's an accountant محاسبة. An accountant. I don't have a job. I stay at home. At home, nothing. Okay, and look after the children. What a lovely day. What a lovely day. Why don't we go for a picnic in the park? What did you have for lunch? Nothing, just a sandwich. A sandwich. Now, exercise number 1 involves one mistake in these sentences. هذا التمرين طلاب يحتوي على معظم الجمل أو كل الجمل تحتوي على أخطاء معينة. So we will correct these mistakes. Number 1, he's postman, so he has breakfast at 4 a.m. هنا الخطأ بالجملة he's a postman. We have to put a in this place. He is a postman, so he has breakfast at 4 a.m. Number 2, the love is more important than money. As I told you, when we want to speak about something, we have to delete the, because we speak about love in general. عندما نتكلم عن شيء معين بشكل عام ما نخلي ذا طلاب، لا نضع ذا قبل هذا هذه الكلمة أو هذه الصفة أو هذا الاسم. So we have to delete the، نحذف the من الجملة. I come to school by bus، مثل ما قلنا أيضا بعض الأماكن ما نخلي لها ذا مثلها منها school. We have to say I come to school by bus. We have to delete that. I am reading one good book at the moment. We have to say I am reading a good book at the moment. We have to delete، نحذف كلمة one. Where is Jack? In the kitchen. مو in a kitchen. Where is Jack? In the kitchen. I live in center of town near the hospital. We have to say I live in the center of town, or in the center of town near the hospital. We have to put نضع هنا the. Okay. My parents bought the lovely house in the country. My parents bought a طلاب a lovely house in the country. لأن احنا تكلمنا عن الهاوس للمرة الأولى. So we have to say a وليس the. Okay. I don't eat the bread because I don't like it. We can say I don't eat bread. We have to delete the. I don't eat bread because I don't like it. This is for this recorded lecture. Actually, I have explained for you first lecture and second lecture, and inshallah in the next recorded lecture I'm going to explain for you lecture number 3 and lecture number 4. Okay, till that time I wish you keep well and have a nice day.